Hello YouTube and the Minecraft universe. This is Blue Fairy, and this is a brand new Let's Play series all for us ladies. That's right girls, Minecraft is no longer just for those gamer guys. We get to have our fair share too, and it's honestly, it's a lot of fun. So, these are going to be very short little episodes. I don't really want to go more than 30 minutes because, quite honestly, we all have lives to live and things to do, and we just break it into small chunks so it's that much easier for you. Okay, so the very first step for Minecraft is, where do you get it? Let's have a look. The first place you start is Minecraft.net. This is where you get the base game. To get it, you go over to the right of your screen here and you click Get Minecraft. The going rate these days is just about $27. But the cool thing about that is you pay $27 once and you get the base game. But when you decide to go further with it and you add things to your game by modding, then you don't have to pay for that unless you decide to get those special mods where you have to pay for it. But there's so many cool mods out there that are absolutely free. So why wouldn't you take up on that? So, base game, $27 on Minecraft.net. So, let's move on to texture packs. The original base game looks like this. It's fairly benign. Let's take a look at what the world looks like. Bear with me here, folks, while we load a world for me to show you. Okay, so this is what the base world looks like. We have some pretty benign water. We got some pixelated dirt blocks and some kind of pixelated trees. This is not my favorite thing. This is not what I want to see when I play Minecraft. So here's what I do. I go to MinecraftTexturePacks.com and I pick something that I like. Now, this has a whole bunch of different texture packs, everything from realistic to themed, simplistic. You can make it a fantasy world if you want to, whatever you want to do. I would, however, pay attention to the texture pack resolutions. If you are having a hard time playing regular Minecraft without all the bells and whistles, you are probably going to want to stick to its texture pack with a 16 by 16 resolution. Now, my computer's pretty awesome, so I run a texture pack with 128 by 128 resolution. Be careful though. If you get a texture pack that is too high of a resolution for your computer, you cannot run the game. It will not work. Okay. So, the next thing to look at is, what will your character look like? The base game character, his name is Steve. This is what Steve looks like. This doesn't really support our ladies only Let's Play series. So the best way to get that fixed is to get a skin. Now, you can get skins by going to MinecraftSkins.com. Here you can look through a variety of different skins and you can get one that looks like you, or one that looks like a duck or fire or a cat, whatever you like. They do have high definition skins on here, but I really don't recommend those for the beginning gamer because they're a little bit hard to use, and honestly I haven't even figured it out yet. So if I were you, I'd stick to the regular skins, which are pretty darn awesome in themselves. Okay, let's recap here. Minecraft.net to get the base game. $27, and you never have to pay a cent again, unless you want to for mods that require a fee. texture packs at minecrafttexturepacks.com. This is where you can add some flavor to your world by making it look a little bit different. But remember to pay attention to these texture pack resolutions. Don't get anything that's too awesome for your computer. And then skins. minecraftskins.com. Check them out. Choose one that is right for you. Okay? So, let's move on to the game. So, this is what the basic Minecraft looks like. In order to apply your texture pack, you go to Options, Resource Packs, and then you see these two boxes right here. You hover over the... Well, let's start from the beginning. Let's open your Resource Pack folder. The easiest way to do this is you download your texture pack to your desktop, and then you open your Minecraft Resource Pack folder, and you drag and drop your file into this folder, and then click close, and you have your texture pack available. The way that you add it is you mouse over, which means hover over the texture pack that you want, and you left click it to select it. It's not going to do anything, it's not going to change anything until you hit done. And sometimes this takes a little while, depending on how much resolution you chose for your texture pack, but it is totally worth it. The world looks so much better just by doing this. See? Here we go. So, while we are in the options section, let's look into music and sound. As you can see here, I have our master volume turned down. That's because I'm running a recording program and I want you guys to be able to hear me. So the master volume is going to control how much of the animals you hear, how much of the monsters you hear, and things like that. I like to turn this down really low when I am mining, because sometimes it gets a little scary, I'm not gonna lie. And Minecraft has background music. Let me turn this up so that you can hear it real quick. It's nice classical music, but because this is a YouTube video, let's turn this down to 10%. You can turn that down so that it's less distracting for you, or you can leave it up, whatever you like to do. So, there's other sound settings here. If you'd like, you can go ahead and play with them, but honestly, the master volume is going to take care of most of that. So, in order to apply that, click Done. Next thing, let's look at our video settings. This can be rather important. If you're having a hard time running Minecraft, just moving from window to window, you might want to change your graphics up here to fast. Fast is going to make it that much easier for your computer. But if you have the opportunity and you have the computer space for it, I would recommend going fancy, because things just look that much more awesome when you do it. The GUI scale right here changes what your window looks like. Now you can leave it at normal, which is where I've got it, or you can have it at large, which I guess the way that I have it isn't much different, but it may be for you. You can leave it at auto, which means that the Minecraft will choose for you what it wants to show you. Or you can go small. I don't like small. Small's a little too small for me, so I like to leave it at normal. Okay? Down here, full screen. I have mine off because I am running this recording program, plus I like to have access to my internet browser, so I leave it off. But if you prefer it on, go ahead and click that on. Okay. Just for those of us who are not gamers, this view bobbing thing, let me save you some headache here. It will give you a headache. If you turn that view bobbing on, as you are moving throughout the world, your person is going to bobble as if you are actually walking through the world. This will make you sick as a dog. I highly recommend turning that off. Okay, in order to apply those settings, click Done. Okay, so the rest of this stuff, well, let's look at language. If English happens to not be your first language, that's cool. You have options. You can scroll through here, and the cool thing about Minecraft is the developers have pretty much thought of everything. So we have everything from English, we have English from the United Kingdom, we have Spanish from Mexico, from South America, from Spain, we have Filipino, we have Chinese, we have Japanese. Everything that you can possibly think of is in here. So, go through, choose the language that you are most comfortable with. To apply that setting, click Done. Okay, so the rest of this stuff you don't necessarily have to mess around with. If you're a little bit more familiar with games, you can play with the controls. Go through here, see what options you have for moving about the world and interacting with it. I'm not going to go into this today. I'm just going to leave it as it is. But in order to apply your settings, click Done. Okay, I think we are done messing around with the settings, so we're going to go back to our menu. Now I'm going to go into single player here. Multiplayer, you can play with other people. It's kind of cool. It requires a server, and that requires a lot of what I call shenanigans from the computer people. I am not that fancy, so let's just go into single player, shall we? And let me get rid of that world real quick because I want to show you guys how to start your own world from scratch without anything, okay? As you see here, my world bank is empty. So we're going to create a new world. Go to the button that says Create a New World. You can name it whatever you like. I'm going to call this Let's Play 1. Okay? Game mode. Survival is the level that we're going to be playing in here. This allows monsters who will attack you at night and underground anytime it gets dark. This is the fun way. This is normally what people play. If you click it, you get another option. So hardcore, be careful with hardcore. The cool thing about survival is, yes, you can be hurt, yes, you get attacked by monsters, but you can come back to life if you die. In hardcore, the monsters are tougher, and you only have one life. So if you die, that's it. You're not getting that world back. So I recommend survival for those of us who would rather be reincarnated. Okay, click it again. Creative. You can fly around. You get infinite blocks, which are items in the world that you can interact with. But I personally think that's cheating. It's good for things that you want to test. Like if you want to see if something is going to work and you don't want to screw up your world, then you can go into creative mode and test it, and no one's the wiser, no harm done. Okay, let's go back to survival. There are more world options, but I don't tend to play with these. I leave cheats off, obviously, because I am not playing in creative. So, click Done to apply those settings, and click Create New World. And let it load. Sometimes this takes a little while, depending on how your computer works, but mine's pretty good, so it was pretty fast. Okay, so we have entered our new world. You can see we have trees, and there are mountains, and there are valleys, and there are jungles, and all sorts of cool stuff. But to wrap this first video up, let's go through our basic moving around the world controls. In order to move forward, you look at your keyboard and click W. To move backward, hit S. To the left, hit A. To the right, hit D. And to jump, you hit the space bar. This also is your action for swimming. If you're swimming, you hold down the space bar. It just makes you jump willy-nilly on land, but there you go. In order to jump forward, spacebar and W at the same time. Jump backward, spacebar and S. Left, spacebar and A. Right, spacebar and D. There you go, there's a better example. Okay, so down here, where you see the boxes that are now being highlighted by the yellow square, this is your action bar. These are the things that you have readily available right now in your hands. The way that you can move around from item to item is you can use your mouse wheel in between your left mouse button and your right mouse button. Or if you don't have that, that's cool. You can use the numbers on your keyboard. 1 is to select the first slot, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Okay, so if you look just above the action bar, you see there is a gray line. You earn experience points by mining and killing animals and cooking meat and all sorts of other cool things. And you will notice your experience bar will become green, left to right, as you earn experience points. And above that, on the left, you'll see a row of hearts. That's how much life you have. If you hurt yourself, you will lose those hearts. Let me see if I can give you an example. See? I just lost a heart. Now, if you have eaten recently in Minecraft, then you should regain your health back. So, let's talk about food. To the right of the row of hearts, you will see a row of food. If you start to get hungry, yes, just like in real life, we have to eat in Minecraft too. You have to go hunting for food, and we'll talk about that in another episode. But you will notice that your food bar, those little icons will start going away. And that tells you that you are getting hungry, and you fix that by eating meat or vegetables or plants or whatever else we find in Minecraft. Okay, I think that's pretty good for the first episode, so let's recap. Forward, W, backward, S, left, A, right, D. To jump and swim, spacebar. To change your selected items in your action bar, use your mouse wheel or the numbers on your keyboard. Okay, everybody, I think that's a wrap for today, so hope you've enjoyed this first episode. Stay tuned for further episodes on surviving Minecraft and all of the different things that you can do with it. So, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you later.